Hi guys, welcome back to the Here's Johnny podcast. I just want to say to everybody, hope they had a cracking New Year and Christmas and stuff and it all went well. Before I start on today's guest, just a few things. My team Arsenal here, we're still top of the Champions League. We're still top of the league. We're in the Carabao Cup, we're in the FA Cup. So we're still going for everything. I know it kind of stinks of a bottle job. But hopefully we can do it. So today's special guest, I've got Louis Lawlor, who's a Paralympian swimmer, achieved a lot in his young life. And from East End of Glasgow, the same neck of the woods that I'm from, and you don't see or hear too many Paralympian swimmers from that neck of the woods or see even achieved anything like that, that degree or any shape or form. So Lewis, how you getting on, all right?
I'm not too bad. How are you? It's a bit chilly today.
Thanks for coming in.
No, yeah, that's absolutely fine.
So take me back a wee bit. Where did it all start? I know you're obviously from Ridley like myself.
I've been in Ridley the majority of my life. I was born and I was in Denison until I was about one. Moved up to Ridley. Been there my full life.
Were you in Denison first?
I was born in the Royal and then went up to Denison till I was about one.
Right. What part of Denison, do you know? Remember? No.
No clue.
I was in Gilbert Drive. So I don't know. You moved at one to Ridley?
I think it was up to Ridley around about one.
Right.
I think the house was just too small.
Aye. So you went to St Thomas's?
No.
No, you don't go to
I
St Thomas's? No.
I went to an autistic primary, Altmore Park, up Easterhouse.
Right.
Just off Edinburgh Road.
Right. So when did you get diagnosed with your autism and stuff?
It was about 3 or 4.
Right. Was it nursery or was it just through?
I think it was nursery for how
Aye.
bad my behaviour was.
Aye. It's mad though back then, innit? Like they didn't diagnose a lot of things back then.
No, they didn't.
No. I know they're doing it now. Nowadays you see me diagnose a lot of people, but back then it didn't seem to be a thing.
It was non-existent, but now it's so existent now.
Aye. It's a good thing though because a lot of kids when I was younger were probably, I don't know, I think I'm probably on the spectrum at certain points like ADHD or something because my like focus sometimes can just go away with itself and sometimes, do you know what I mean? Like,
Welcome to my life.
is it constant? So you've got ADHD
ADHD and autism.
and autism, right? See, what is the kind of difference with that though?
I think it all kind of falls into the same kind of spectrum when you think about it. I think with like timing and routine and the way how autistic people think and feel things and that, it could be different to a able-bodied person, if that makes sense.
So you need to be in a routine, kind of
Yeah,
thing,
but my routine is pretty bad.
right?
It's all over the place.
But do you come out of sync though, as in mentally, do you come a wee bit kind of, if you're not, do you understand what I mean? If you don't set your routine properly, do you kind of feel as if you're stressed out or?
I feel like I'm a bit on edge at times and it can sometimes annoy me or sometimes I just end up kind of be bothered with it or
Right.
just get annoyed at myself.
Right. You can go a wee bit of a downer.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
Either go in a very bad mood or I go very upset.
Tell me this, because I've noticed this myself, right? If you eat too much sugar, do you feel like it makes you a wee bit more anxious? In that sense, do you know what I'm saying? Like, no.
I'm fine with it at the start, and then I look at myself and think, why? Why
Aye.
did I just eat that much?
Aye, because I find if I eat too much sugar, because of my attention span, I feel as if it's like, I start going a wee bit, no jittery, but you know what I mean? Like, it can kind of feel as if I'm a wee bit out of sync.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's, you feel the same with that.
I pure body shame myself after. I'm like, why did I do this?
I know, it's a killer. So, in your sort of primary school and stuff, was it obviously people in the same boat as you, right? How was that process going through that school?
So in my primary school, we were in, so it was a mainstream school, but it had an autistic unit attached to the side. So we learned in classes of 6.
Right,
So there was 6 kids, a teacher and a classroom assistant. So we kind of got more attention, but we also integrated with the mainstream, which was classes of 30. So we kind of got used to both environments.
right, okay,
Don't get me wrong, I absolutely hated it. I liked having more attention.
right. See, talking to friends and stuff, what was the difference between your school and just an average primary school, as in how you're learning? What was it, do you know?
I didn't think it was much different compared to primary to secondary school because I went to a mainstream secondary.
Aye,
It was a bit of a big jump because for primary school going from a class of 6 to about a class of 30, don't get me wrong, I hated it for the first year, but then I got used to it and I was quite happy with it in the end.
so because your diagnosis, you're kind of craving attention, is that kind of what it is for teachers and stuff? Right, okay. So we got bigger the class, it was kind of harder to get that attention.
Because in the small classes, you got more attention, especially with kind of schoolwork, which wasn't the best at in the world.
Aye. So, see when you're going through the process of like primary to secondary, was that a massive jump? Did you feel that like mentally because you're in at 6 to 30 class? Do you know what I mean?
Well, when I went into primary 7, they kind of moved me into the mainstream a bit more, so they got me ready for going to secondary. So
Right.
from primary 6 to primary 7 to secondary, it kind of worked out quite well. So I was with them every day, then I would come back, because in the autistic unit, we used to get a taxi home from school.
Oh, did you?
Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't fancy walking from Easterhouse to Ridley.
No, it's a bit of a trek. I've seen kids doing that. All right, okay. It's tough. Did any of the kids go with you from to the St Andrews?
There
Any
was,
kids in your primary?
not in the autistic unit, more of the mainstream did, quite a few of them did, but the majority went up to Loch End,
Right,
up in
okay.
Easterhouse.
Okay,
I think it was just because it was closer to them.
right. So what age you start swimming then?
I started swimming at 5.
5?
After Amy started swimming, I think she left about 14 of that, but I came along at 5 when she was still swimming.
So your mum took you down to Whitehill? Was that the kind of starting point?
It was my mum and dad. I think they kind of helped run Whitehill, but they put me into the club, and apparently I just loved the water as soon as I got in.
In a swimming club?
Hmm.
Right. So when you get noticed, as in, I know that's very young, so when you actually get noticed to go, "Wait a minute, this kid's got something."
I think it was so originally I was in Whitehill, and then I moved. Nah, I joined this disability club called Temple, who are
Right,
also in Whitehill pool.
right,
They trained on a Tuesday, and I think it was coaches from like the kind of Scottish para team had recognised me and a couple other boys, and
right,
I think they'd asked us to move to Glasgow,
right.
which is down at Tollcross, and that was kind of
That's the hub, innit? That's the hub, aye.
the more experienced bigger club in Tollcross.
Mhm.
And I think it was about 13 or 14 that I'd first moved there. So it was around about 11 or 12 that they first recognised me,
Uh-huh.
which is probably quite young, but I didn't think much of it at the time.
Aye. See when you're in school and stuff with your issues, you find it difficult to with the kids and stuff like that?
Not
Like,
really, no.
no, interacting?
I was all right with interacting until someone wound me up
Right.
because I've got a very short temper.
Aye, aye, aye. Because their issues, maybe they're just doing it to lovely. You know, kids can be nasty sometimes, you know what I mean? Aye, they can be evil.
They're worse these days than they used to be.
So you just say to school?
I
Completely.
didn't hate it. Don't get me wrong, I hated getting out of my bed at 8 in the morning to go to school, but once you were in the day, you were fine.
Did you go through 4th year? Did you do your standard grades and stuff like that?
In 4th year, I think that was the last time I done my. The last time I actually done an exam was S4
Right.
because I stayed till the end of school, but S5, I was going to my first World Championships, and my mum had actually passed away at that time.
I know, sorry to hear that. So if any's, obviously people won't be aware, like Lewis's mum and my mum were actually friendly, really friendly. And my mum passed away in 2017 and Lewis's mum passed away in 2019, am I right?
2019
Aye.
in June.
So she never got to see you kind of get to your,
Just as it was starting,
just
then
it was
that's when she
starting out.
passed.
That's a sad one. So was your first event S5? Like your first actual event in a swimming competition?
On the GB stage?
Aye.
Yeah, it was, I think it was around about August, September in 2019. That was my first World Championships in London.
Right.
I was on the GB team back 2018, but it was only the kind of academy group, so it was kind of like the younger group, so it wasn't the kind of senior stage yet.
Right.
The first senior stage was around about summer, just after summer of 2019. That's just after my mum had passed.
Your mum's a lovely woman. So see, before you get to the GB stage, you're obviously doing local competitions, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So how's that working? Like just going, is it Whitehill? Where are you going for a Tollcross or?
Well, it was mostly, I'd actually left Whitehill Club at 12, 13. I'd moved to Glasgow full time.
Right.
And from kind of 13, 14 to the end of last year,
Uh-huh.
I was basically swimming with them full time.
Right. The GB just, did they scout you for there? I'm just trying to work out the process. Did they scout you for there? How do they get you for there?
So they kind of watch the kind of para swimming's progress, and then they'll kind of reach out to you, and they'll come speak to you and basically say, we see potential, and they'll come watch your competitions as well, see how you race, how your times are, and they'll kind of get in contact with you and say, there's potential here.
Right.
Because that's what they've done with me. Yeah.
Do they contact your mum and dad?
No, they kind of come to your club and they kind of ask for a kind of a meeting with you and your coach and that. They basically reach out to you,
Right. Right.
kind of when you least expect it.
Right. So what's your first? So your first one's S5, right? Is that in Glasgow, that competition? Or is it down south?
The World Championships,
Aye.
that was in London and Stratford.
Right. So was that intense? Like
Don't get
first
me wrong.
big jump if you go for just.
I was terrified, but I think I handled it a lot better than I expected it to.
Did they go down with you, family members or?
No, I think they were still trying to get stuff sorted after my mum had passed and that, so it was
All right.
not, it was not long after.
How long after we're talking here?
I think she passed in June. I think it was around about August, September, so they were still trying to get things sorted and just try to get back to the daily life because it was quite hard on a lot of people after my mum had passed.
That's tough. That's only a couple of months.
It was, and the thing is, I'd went right downhill, but after the World Championships, it didn't kick in until after the Worlds that what had really happened. I just focused on the swimming the majority of the time.
I was just going to ask you there, see for a young guy. So what age at this point?
I just turned 17.
I lost my mum at 29 and I struggled, right?
Mhm.
17, I couldn't even imagine what you went through. So
I didn't really think
No.
much of it at the time. I don't think it hit me straight away. I think it was a while after
I'd
that it
struggled with
eventually
that.
hit me.
I'd have struggled with that at 17. So so see me, so you're just no thinking about it? You're just got into championships, just
Just kept my
blanking
head.
it out?
I was just told, put your head down and just get on with it, which I did.
That's impressive. Oh,
Don't get me wrong. It was. I think everyone said to me, "You've actually handled it a lot better than we expected." I went, "I just handled it the way I normally would.
Aye.
I didn't even think it any different. I just thought of my daily routine as normal.
Uh-huh. So just to go back a wee touch, what qualifies you for a Paralympian swimmer? Like, how do you get? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the process of getting qualified for that?
Well,
Obviously, I know
there's
you're
well,
issues and stuff, but
well, there's 14, 15 different categories
right,
in the para swimming. So S1 to S10 is physical, with S1 being the most severe. So the lower the number, the more severe the impairment is.
right,
So that's physical. S11 to S13 is visually impaired, with S11 being completely blind,
right,
S13 being partially. S14, which my category was intellectual impairment, which was ADHD and autism.
right,
That was kind of like my learning difficulty in that.
right.
And then S15, which I think personally is a bit of a different category. I think they kind of stand in their own category. That's for the hearing impaired, for the deaf swimmers.
Right, okay. So you're all racing against each other?
S1 to S14, the
They're racing
S15,
against themselves, and then you're all right, okay, they're pairing you up, right, okay.
they
Right.
pair us
They
up,
can't make it kind of fair unless is that the right.
but each category has their own world record. So they could put me against any other category and I could finish the race before them, but the race isn't finished until that other person touches the wall, because they might be closer to their class's world record than me, so they could actually win the race from finishing after me.
Could they?
It's difficult to understand at first, but once you
Aye.
actually get used to you could have 10 swimmers in a race, all different categories. There could be someone that's maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds behind when I finish.
Uh-huh.
You don't know until they finish, because they could score more points than you.
Right,
It's always closest to your world record of your category.
right. So I'm not clued up with swimming. I obviously just watch it, Michael Phelps and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So is it what kind of is it a certain stroke you're doing? Or
We
is it
we
just
do all the strokes, but my speciality was back row.
right, okay.
I don't know why it was back row. It was never my favourite. It was always front row. It was my favourite.
Aye. Well, the butterfly, always that looks kinda cool. No, it looks hard though, to be fair.
The first bit of it's fun. The ending is horrible.
So how many laps are you doing roughly? I'm just trying to get in my head. How many laps do you do in an event?
It depends on the distance. So my main event was the 100 back row, which was in an Olympic pool. That would be 2 lengths.
Right. And it's obviously it's time to see who's the fastest. Is that how it works? Aye,
Mhm,
aye,
yep.
aye. So see when you're doing your first massive event, and obviously your mum just passed away, so you're telling me there that after that, just hit you bang, ton of bricks after that event.
I'd say kind of maybe October time to kind of Christmas. That's when it was starting to kind of sink in. It sunk in really late for me compared to kind of the rest of the family, because I was just told to keep my head down and just get on with the swimming, because the World Championships were so close, and the last thing we wanted was for me to go straight downhill as the
Uh-huh.
World had started.
So that's a sad one, eh? Your mum passing away that young, man,
It
and
was
then go through the process.
it was
of
quite
that.
very sudden, but there was nothing really we could do. It just kind of happened there and then. Like, it just,
So there was no issues before that. She was just fine, aye. But I mean, you tell me she crashed the car or something.
because
Did
she
she?
crashed the car,
That was a
and
sign,
I think she'd lost her hearing in her sight. I think that's what it was.
right?
And I think she got breathalyzed and all that. Then they took her to, I think it's at the Queen Elizabeth, the
Uh-huh.
one in the kind of west end of that.
Aye, aye. That's south
And
side.
aye,
Aye, one at Govan, big new one at Govan.
that one
Aye,
there. And
that's a kind of specialist one, to be fair.
I'd came over, I think it was either later on that day or the next day, and they diagnosed it was a brain tumour. But
Right.
then, obviously, when they'd examined it, they said it was, I think it was too progressed, or it was
Too far gone,
too
kind
far gone, that there was nothing really else they could do. All they could do was just get her comfortable with.
Aye.
But
Did she go to the hospice?
the Marie Curie in, I think it's
Top Hill?
Stop
Oh,
Hill,
my mum,
aye.
my mum went there as well. That's mad. Same
Mhm.
place.
And they took brilliant care of her.
Aye, Marie Curie's. The rooms are lovely up there. To be fair, I see they be like sort of family rooms, and they were really good. I was up there as well, my mum, as I said, but they were really good.
Plenty of space in the nurses where I was in every like 10 minutes. Just pop my
Aye.
head in, just see if you needed anything. They were
Aye.
absolutely brilliant up there.
Nice people, nice people. When I was at college, I done like a wee charity thing for Marie Curie, and going forward in the future, if I were doing a charity thing, I'd do it for that because they were good.
I think we did one as well.
You find that you want to do one, don't you? Just to kind of do your bit. That's what I felt. Do you know what I mean?
Once I came back for the World Championships, we actually had one round at the Scout Hall around the corner for me. I
Right?
think we had a charity day for that to raise money for Marie Curie. And I think it was just like raffles, prizes, and everything. It was a great wee day.
Aye.
It was just a couple hours in the afternoon. There was loads of people that turned up.
Aye, but you feel like you want to do a bit, didn't you?
Aye.
So, see, at this point, you get sponsored. How's this working? How you getting financial? How you doing with that financially? Like,
So the sponsor that we had was UK Lottery, so that's what kind of funded the GB athletes to get back and forward from their training, for their travel, for their competitions abroad,
uh-huh,
for kind of kit, everything basically a swimmer would need.
uh-huh. So, is it enough to keep you going? Is that enough money
It was enough for me.
at the time?
It obviously depends on what level you're at, because there's different levels of it.
Uh-huh.
I think I was like C, kind of C
All levels of
funding.
funding? All right.
So I wasn't the top funding, but it got me everything that I needed, kind of back and forward for swimming, and then when I got a car, having to pay fuel and that, get back and forwards.
Aye, aye,
My
aye.
kit,
Expenses kind of thing.
kind of accommodation if you're going elsewhere, like Edinburgh, down south,
Aye.
you name it.
So are you training like 6 nights a week? How's that training working on that?
Well, the training back then, it was maybe 9 sessions a week, but I never actually went 9 sessions.
9 sessions a week, that's what they went.
I just thought it was a bit too much personally, but I think it
How
was.
would that work? Getting close 7 days a week, so how would that work? 2 a day?
So you would sometimes
One?
you would do 2 a day. So the sessions would be 5:15 in the morning,
5:15 in the morning?
5:15 in the morning till 7:15 in the morning.
Right,
Then you'd come out, you'd go to school,
right,
college, whatever you were doing. Then you'd have the session in the afternoon. So it was kind of run about five to seven.
right,
But sometimes the session would change depend on the day and that.
right. Depending on what your lifestyle is and stuff. Right.
hmm
So you were doing what, 7, say? You've only done 9, but you're doing it with 7.
I think I was doing seven, sometimes maybe six. Don't get me wrong, me getting to sessions at the time, there was times when I loved it and I hated it. And when the session started going down, that's when I started hating it.
Aye. Is it 1-to-1? Or is it a group of yous?
No, it's a big group of us. I
Right.
think it could be up about 20 or 30
Right.
in a group.
You see with your autism and ADHD, when it's 20 or 30, is that alright for you? Is it, like, do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't really think much of it. I just kind of get in, get on with it, and I just chat to everyone as normal. So I don't really think of it as any excuse or
Aye. Aye.
anything different. I just think of myself as the
Just
exact same as
focusing in.
everyone else. Yep.
That's unbelievable focus, so at your age, 17. So, World Championships, what position did you earn in that?
In my first World Championships, I finished third.
Did you? First
Um,
one? Wow.
First World Championships, I was third. My fellow GB teammate came second, and a Russian was first.
So that's at London Stratford, is that where the 2012 Olympics was?
Yep, same
right,
pool.
okay, okay. I watched it on TV, but
Oh, it's a lovely pool.
is it?
Massive.
Is that top notch? Is that like one of the best?
Probably one of the best,
the
in my
world?
opinion. Don't get me lost. I got lost coming in through the doors trying to find the pool.
Aye, it's massive, isn't it?
Because they've got two pools.
I've seen it on TV.
They've got the competition pool, and then they've got a pool in the back for your kind of warm up and your swim down. So
Have they?
that's kind of hidden away. So you don't actually mainly see that, but it's like an 8-lane 50-meter pool.
Right.
It's 8 or 10-lane 50-meter pool, but it's lovely.
Is it? So S5 World Championships, then what happens after that?
What was it after that?
Just sort of like
It-
smaller.
just kind of swimming as normal, and then we were going out to 2020 when
Aye. COVID
Tokyo,
hit.
when COVID had hit, and I think I was probably in my best shape in my career,
Aye.
and I was in a competition in Edinburgh about 3 weeks before.
Uh-huh.
Everything was going perfect, and there was a competition before that in Tollcross. They two competitions, it was back to back.
Uh-huh.
Like one weekend and another weekend, and I was like, right, everything's going well. I think I can make my first team.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, just as the trials were about to happen, the COVID had hit.
Lockdowns happened, aye.
Don't get me wrong. At first, I didn't think much of COVID. I actually thought it was a great 3-week break. But then when it dragged,
Everybody thought it's 3 weeks.
everyone was enjoying it for the first
I
few
know,
weeks, and
I
then
know. I know. A novelty with it. Better than that.
This-
Give me a killer.
we originally got told it'll be like 2-3 weeks of a lockdown, then everything will be back opened again.
Uh-huh.
And my coach Danielle at the time, hi Danielle,
Give her a shout out, Danielle.
shout out to Danielle. She was
Still
my
coaching, sorry, she's still coaching.
She's got a new job down in with Swim England down
Right.
south now. I think it's still to do with swimming. But she was my coach at the time, and she was absolutely brilliant support both in and out of the pool. She was kind of like a second mother to me.
Brilliant.
So when my mum was passing away in that, she actually helped me every day. Like she'd have me back and forwards from the pool and that whenever I needed. She was always brilliant support, told me to keep my head down. And
Do you know what's mad, Lewis? Like, it's funny in life, right? Sometimes you do get somebody stepping in. I'm not saying a guardian angel, but do you know what I mean? Sometimes you get somebody stepping
she was
in.
that.
and-
She
and
done absolutely
she just
everything.
stepped in at the time. It's weird how that works, man. It
Without
really is weird.
hesitation, she done it, and she done. I don't think anyone could have done a better job than her.
Was she a former pro swimmer herself?
She used to be a swimmer herself. I think she was more of a 400 swimmer, so she did more distance than me. Yeah.
Right. Right, so sorry, back to that. So lockdown happened, so you obviously can't swim having shut, so how are you keeping mentally alright there with that?
So at first, I was just relaxing for the first 3 weeks. Don't get me wrong, I was very lazy.
Aye.
But then I was expecting after 3 weeks we're going to get back in the pool. But my coach had said to us just before COVID had happened, she'll get in touch with us and let us know.
The minute it's open, can I?
Uh-huh. Because the kind of athletes that were top level, GB level, were getting granted access first.
Oh, were they?
See for like kind of teams and that. So
How long into lockdown are they getting access? A couple of months?
well, that was the thing. So I think it was about 2-3 months or something.
Right,
The first access we got was actually in University of Stirling.
right.
So me and one of my fellow para teammates went up to Stirling basically every day, just for a session for 2 hours. But it was so strict with social distance and all that.
Right. But I suppose with the wee things in, what do you call it again? The wee the swimming things, you can put them in between, can't you? Social distance, do you know what I
Or
mean?
the
Aye, the swimming, do you know what I mean? See the bits in
well,
between?
obviously you've got the 50-meter pool, so they put it to a 25-meter pool.
Aye.
So they separated the pool, so it was 2 pools that had 6 lanes in it.
Aye, so you could have done it that way, couldn't you? Aye.
But they were, do you know how strict they were with it?
How strict?
They would, so they had 6 lanes. They'd put someone in lane 1, 3, and 6. They'd keep a lane for distance just to make sure you were actually
Social distancing.
aye. And it was really frustrating at the start, but then you kind of just got used to it.
So that goes to when's everything get back to normal? I can't see that time
Oh,
period in my life.
took
It was a
ages.
blurry to me, man.
So there was certain groups that got in. So I was lucky enough to be one of the first groups that was allowed in.
Right.
And then as it went on, maybe a month or 2 later, they let like kind of a group 2 in. So it was kind of a few more athletes.
It's still 2020. Isn't it?
2020,
It'll
yeah.
still be 2020,
We're
wasn't it?
still in
Aye.
2020. I think it was run about.
Well, but COVID happened in March. Shut have been in March, didn't it? 2020.
I think it was run about summer, like spring,
June,
to
July,
summer.
August, kind of. Aye.
Run about that time because they started gradually letting more people in, and then thankfully they opened up Toll Cross again.
Right.
But they were quite strict about the social distancing that as well. You had to come in for a side door.
Right. Tested and all that.
You had to do the tests and that. The home tests as well. They were horrible.
Aye.
And you'd come in through the side of the building. You'd have to go upstairs and down a set of stairs. So it was
Just isolating you a wee bit, just kind of how.
it was always it was kind of the way you would go. There was arrows pointed on the ground of which way you had to go. It was.
Aye.
Don't get me wrong, I hated it, but it was what had to be done.
Aye.
And
It was tough. It must have been hard for folk like that doing, try to compete and stuff like that, and you having to go through that process, you know what I mean?
and not having the public in as well. So in Toll Cross, we had
Must
the
have been
full
eerie.
50-meter pool. So I think we only had about 5 lanes of that, and you're talking about something like 12 athletes at most, probably even less than that were in the pool, and it was only us, one or two
Must have
coaches.
been officials. Must have been officials as well, no? Just to
No, for training.
No, right, just for training. That's just pure training.
So it
Right.
was maybe like a couple coaches,
Right.
swimmers, and then maybe like 2 lifeguards or something. Like because you didn't need it. You didn't need it for the full pool.
Aye.
It was just at that time. I think mentally, I was just hating swimming at that point. I think that's probably the lowest point of my career.
Aye.
Every day I just hated it. There was times where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
You still done it though. You
But I
grinded
still
through
done it. I hated it for probably months and that. But I'll tell you something. Even though I did hate it at that time,
Aye.
when I qualified and made my first team in that later on,
That
when I
year?
got into 2021, a year later, because it was postponed a year.
Yep.
It was worth it.
Yep.
Even though I hated it, it was worth it.
So it's like anything, if you don't put in the effort then you wouldn't have made it to 2021 to go through.
I think that if I'd walked away, because I wanted to walk away at that point, because I just hated it. If I'd walked away, I would have probably had more regrets to this day.
Did your coach help you?
Don't get me wrong.
She was kind of like, look,
She was very tough on me to make sure that I was staying focused in that, and she done the right thing.
Aye.
And me at the time was to think about it, thinking I just don't like this. I just want to walk away because I was hating it.
Aye.
'Cause I think at this time, this is when COVID was dragging in, and
Aye,
everyone
aye.
was hating it.
Was it when that mad third lockdown, wasn't it? The third one killed me. Remember the one, it was like, you're nearly there, but then did it again. I was like, wow.
Then there was just another one.
Aye,
that
another one,
happened.
and I was like, another one? And I was like, it was a killer.
Everyone just thought it was never ending.
Aye, that's what it felt like. It felt like a Twilight Zone. So, 2021, a competition, is that down in London again, or is that?
So our trials were in Sheffield,
All right.
but they only took athletes who I think they thought was potentially going to make the team, or ones that were internationally classified. So in the para swimming, there's nationally classified, then there's international. So international can go for represent their country. The national is just kind of represent their club, or Scottish teams or English teams. They're not quite
Aye,
on
as in
the
England, Scotland, Wales, kind of. Aye.
they're not quite on the GB stage yet,
Right.
or they're not quite reached that stage, but they still can. It's just I don't think they've made it just yet. There's still plenty of time to do it.
Right. So, you get international, were you international then?
I was
Aye.
international, yeah.
So, where'd you go?
Where did I go for the trials?
Aye, no, as in what countries did you go to?
Or,
The championship? Was it in UK still?
so I had the trials in Sheffield, and then the
Right.
first Paralympic Games was Tokyo, but
You went to Tokyo?
Tokyo, yeah.
Wow,
That
how was
was the-
that? I always wanted to
They
go.
were very, very strict
Were
over
they?
there. Oh, Japan's a very strict country, but it's
I
lovely.
noticed quite
very,
strict.
very, very clean.
Very friendly though, no? I've been
Very
told.
friendly.
Aye.
They're very, very helpful.
Quite respectful people.
Lovely.
Aye.
Um,
So what do you mean strict just for athletes or just in general?
see, in terms of like the COVID and that, and see how
Oh, right, okay, that's still there, isn't it?
one thing that they're good at in Japan is time management.
I know
So
that.
they could
I know
probably
that.
teach me a thing.
Look
or
at the
two.
bullet train. It's on the time, all the time.
I've been on it.
Have you? Is it as fast as they say?
It's very, very fast, but they have the world's worst Wi-Fi service.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
Seriously? I thought Japan was technology.
we'll see, try to get on at my Snapchat for about 20 minutes, and I couldn't get on in that bullet train. I was like, this is a good train, but where's the Wi-Fi?
I know it's Wi-Fi's a priority nowadays.
The thing is, you don't actually feel you're going that fast. It's when you look out the window and you're like, Jesus, you're actually going fast.
Rapid.
It feels, it's like an electric car. It's so smooth.
So was it like the Commonwealth Games here? They put you all up in an athlete's village kind of thing in Japan?
The village was very small though. So see, obviously there were social distancing, and with
Aye.
COVID, they're trying to minimise the amount of people.
Right.
And so the village was very small. The food hall was massive.
Uh-huh.
2 levels. It was like two levels of IKEA.
Aye.
That's the best way I can describe it. And they had quite strict rules. So you had to do tests every day.
Uh-huh.
And if they even thought you were positive of that, they would isolate you straight away and into your own room and that.
Did that happen to you?
No, it
No.
actually happened to
Thank God.
the majority of the GB staff
Right.
and 2 of the athletes. They all found it really challenging, so they had to stay in the room, had to do tests every day.
Mhm.
I think it was like a person that came to collect the tests and that every day, but it was challenging for a lot of them. I actually didn't catch it, which the majority of the team,
It's a miracle, isn't it?
I was quite surprised because none of us had symptoms of that. It was more people who were in close contact.
Right.
And it was a real shame because it was really unfair for all the people that had worked that hard.
Aye.
Just-
It
but
must have been a killer, man.
The thing is, none of them actually had COVID. I think it was like a close contact. I think they were in close contact with someone who had it.
Aye.
So immediately they were isolated as well, which I don't think was right.
Did any of them miss out on the games completely because did they all manage to make the games?
They eventually made the games, but they were all isolated for kind of the first half, and then they got allowed out. But by
Right.
the time the games had either started or it wasn't the kind of brand new feeling when you walk into the village.
Right. Are you mixing with other athletes for other countries, or you just kind of sitting together? I was like,
We kind of all just stuck together.
because of the COVID thing, I suppose, kind of kept you away.
Don't get me wrong, I get on with a lot of the other countries, but some of them like to keep to themselves.
Right. Just kind of focus in.
Aye. It just depends on the person and the country.
Aye. So in that competition, Lewis, what'd you get to? What positions did you do?
In the Paralympics in Tokyo,
Aye.
8th.
8th. Right.
I came out of
Still,
that.
though, it's a massive achievement, man.
I came out of that swim very upset.
Right.
Don't
Raging.
I came out for the interview, and all I can remember was myself ready to start crying.
Aye.
And I was
So were you
like,
on TV?
I was on TV. I think it was Channel 4.
Right. I need to check that out.
Oh, please don't.
That was embarrassing.
I'd much rather you didn't see that swim and maybe seen the Paris one instead.
Right, so 8th in that competition, 2021, Tokyo. So did you get a chance to see Tokyo though? I know you said the bullets. Did you get a chance to see like as in walk about or?
So the year before that, right, probably a couple of months before COVID had hit, we
Aye.
went to Japan for 3 weeks.
Oh, like you've already been there before.
We went for a 3-week kind of training camp.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, all the staff and the athletes all got sick of each other after 1 week. And we had
Aye.
to spend each other with 3 weeks.
It's hard to. I imagine that confined space would be tough, eh?
We were training for 3 weeks, but we got to explore Japan as well. We went
Right.
to what's
Like-
it the crossroads. or
Aye, the
something?
one you always see. You always see that on Instagram. Aye.
I was lucky enough to sit on that for 2 seconds until someone nearly kicked me out of the way.
Aye. That's no mercy.
They don't. They
No, they just bomb
no
across.
shame, no
Aye.
shame. But the one thing I was surprised about in Japan is the amount of Starbucks that they have.
Aye.
I was so happy.
But they're not technically advanced now. Is all the stuff in the shops? They're not pure way ahead.
It's more electronic over there.
Aye.
Because
Robots kicking about. I've seen robots kicking about. I don't know if it's real.
I
Robot.
remember there was a robot that came up to me on the bullet train.
An actual robot.
An actual robot. I think it was a robot, and it came
A
up.
walking, talking robot.
Aye.
Wow.
And it came up to me asking if I wanted a snack, and I freaked out and I tried to barter it.
That's weird.
I didn't like it. I was like, I don't like this. I much
Get
rather
away
it was a
from me.
person. I was like, can I have a person instead of a robot? I don't
I
like
know.
this.
I know. It's weird. Right. So you already been to Japan before? Right. Okay. That's the first time. Right. So after Japan, then what we doing? Championship wise. Was that Paris? You're saying?
We went to Japan.
2021.
Japan, it was
You were 8th.
where
remember?
our holding camp was in
Uh-huh.
the year before COVID hit. That was where our holding camp was. Then we went straight to the village. It was like an hour or a couple hours drive to
Uh-huh.
get there. So it was a wee bit out the way, but it was a place where no one else was really about. So it was kind of, we got our own space.
Right. So when are you doing after that? What championship are you doing after? Is it Paris after that? After Japan?
After Japan, no, I had the World Championships.
Where was that?
So the Paralympics are every 4 years.
Right.
Um,
So it's Olympics first, then Paralympics. It's always Paralympics after it, isn't it?
I think it's about 3 weeks of a
Aye,
difference.
it's close. It's close by.
So the Olympics are usually first, and then the Paralympics about maybe 2-3 weeks after.
Right.
I think it gives them time to kind of,
Organise it all and get it stuff set up.
because
Aye.
obviously the Olympic logo and the Paralympic logo are different, so they're having to change the signs.
That's right, different logos, isn't it?
Aye. With the Olympic rings, then we've got the kind of, I call it the Paralympic rings, but it's the agitator, so it's kind of 3 different coloured kind of lines.
Right.
And I've got a tattoo of it, which I'm not showing.
You got a tattoo?
Aye.
Have you? Wow.
Do I see it?
If you want, aye, go for it.
See if I can find it. I've actually got
It's not
it there.
offending him, Dave. Let's
I've
see.
actually got it right there. So
Wow.
that's the Edge
That's
toss there. So
dedication.
that's kind of like that's like the Paralympic ring. So that's like
Right.
the para version of what the Olympic rings would be.
When did you get that?
Everyone else was getting it, so I felt left out. I was actually terrified of getting a tattoo because I hate needles.
Aye.
I was actually
When did you get that?
when?
Aye.
How
How long ago?
I think it was back in 2021 after that.
Right. Was it Glasgow you got it?
I just up the road.
Was it?
About 2 streets up the road.
Wow. So, is it... I'm just a bit time-wise. So, what? Japan, right? You got 8th position on that. And next, it's not Paris. No, it's World Championships.
World Championships
And
in
where's that?
Madeira.
Madeira? Where Ronaldo's from? Portugal?
Portugal, aye.
Right, see the Ronaldo statue? No.
No.
The airport? No. Right,
No.
okay.
Don't think I did.
I don't... Maybe was it built there? I don't know. I need to find out when it's built. But...
So I went there. Don't get me wrong, I was a bit overweight at that time because, see, once you finish your games
Uh-huh.
and you've got...
Just blow out kind of thing.
Aye, I was on a month's break after that. And this is the first time I'd ever started going out.
Just Eat was fire.
Aye, just eat. And see, when I started going out, like nights out and that, I hadn't went any nights out before that, so it was kind of first
Disciplined
time.
life kind of thing.
Aye, and then I just loved life at that point. And then the swimming were like, Louis, we're going to cut down on this because like you're gaining weight. And me not thinking much at the time was just doing it anyway.
Right.
But then when I went to competitions and that and seen the belly that I had on my race, I was like, oh my God.
Is your coach not digging you for this? Saying, listen, look,
Oh, don't get me wrong. They probably
Aye.
hated me for that first year.
Uh-huh.
And I was probably the most frustrating athlete that they had in terms of that. But
So would you finish in that?
at that World Championships, I was 6th and I was like...
So you done better than the time you were proper fit? You guys are a little smart.
I came 6th in that World Championships. I was like, I wish I was coming 3rd again, not 6th.
Was Madeira nice? I've heard it's nice.
Oh, it was lovely.
I've heard it's nice. I've never been, but I've heard it's nice.
It was lovely. It was roasting, but I was more focused on the competition.
So was that that's completely out of COVID then? COVID
That was out of
point.
COVID.
So how was that then? It must have been a lot better the way.
They were quite strict with the... They were still quite strict with the masks and that. They wanted us to wear masks every day, but
Right.
I used to just wear it at the chin because I was like, no, I don't want to wear it.
Aye. But apart from that, it was all right. You could.
Oh, it was all right.
Aye. Wasn't social distancing. That was all done. Aye.
Not as much as what it would have been in Tokyo.
Right. So you finished 6th on that?
6th in that one. And then I was told, Louis, you need to get like your act together, otherwise...
See, when you're part of the GB team, is a competition between all you guys to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be better than you, or is it just kind of like, is it friendly? Kind of, are we helping each other here? Are we part
Don't
of
get
it?
me
You know
wrong,
what I
the
mean?
GB athletes, we got on well, but we were friends outside the water when we were in the water.
No.
We were always like, no.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just
Just
wanna beat
killer mentality. Like,
you
need to
just
win.
wanted to beat them in a race, but you were pals with them as soon as you got out of the water.
Aye.
That was that.
Aye, you could deal with it then. Right, so after Madeira, where are we?
I think at that point, that's when I was
22, kind of.
2022, getting into 2023. I'd started to realise I was like, I just want my life back. So I think that's when I started enjoying it a wee bit less. I didn't hate it. I was liking it less and less.
Uh-huh.
And then that's when I made my next World Championships, which was in Manchester.
Right.
And I think I was in a bit better shape than what I was the year before.
Uh-huh.
Because my time was faster
Right.
in Manchester than it was in Madeira.
Right.
And once again, I finished 6th, and I was like, seriously, is this just a yearly thing now?
Right.
I'd done better than what I'd done in the year before, so I was happy with that, thinking, right, it's a confidence booster.
Uh-huh.
But at that point, once I'd finished racing, I was like, right, can I just go home now? Like, I've already done my bit. But
You getting a bit sick yet?
it's a 7-day competition at the Worlds.
Right.
Paralympics is usually 10 days for the swimming.
Right.
But I was like, I was racing by day 2. I finished by day 2, so I had to sit for the rest of the Worlds, supporting all my teammates. Don't get me wrong, it was fun being the cheerleader, but
I know, but you're an athlete. You wanted to go for it, didn't you?
the first couple of days after you've raced, you're fine. Like, you're enjoying it,
Mhm.
but it just feels like it's going on, and you just get bored. Like, you're like, I've been here like 4 days, and I don't need to race anymore. It's like,
You've got to stay there, kind of.
because I was actually one of the first ones that had finished racing, and the rule was when you finish a racing, you support the athletes every night at the pool and that in the stands at the finals.
You flag there.
Aye.
UK flag flying.
Oh, you always see me dance a bit with the flags and the face paint. It was great fun. But all the other athletes that were still to race, they would get to leave early so they can go and get themselves ready for race next morning. And I'm like, this is unfair. Why do I need to sit here? And they're like, Louis, you have finished racing. I went,
Aye.
fair dues.
Aye. Is this where you met Boris Johnson?
No, that was that was after Tokyo. That was the homecoming, and
Also a homecoming party, kind of thing.
it was the homecoming party. That was in
London?
It was in London. I can't even remember where it was.
Some big event space?
It was in a big football stadium. I forgot what it was called.
Was it West Ham's next to Stratford?
That one.
Aye, aye.
I think it was that one. And I didn't expect him to turn up. And
Was you told he was going to come, or was it just
I wasn't even aware he was coming.
right?
But no, he still didn't brush his hair.
So I've actually got the photo of this, so I'm going to put it on, and you'll see.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant.
You just like kind of force up to him like, "Hi, right, Boris, how you doing?" Bang.
I didn't even go up and say hi, Boris. I just went up to him and went, all right. Took a photo and I put my thumb up. He looked at me, growled. I went,
Did your security guards kind of in the way?
I pushed them out the way. I didn't care. They were like, Boris, it was like, Mr. Johnson. I was like, I don't care. Mr. Johnson's getting a photo with me. I don't care. So I took my photo and he wasn't too pleased about it. He growled at me and I was like, cheers.
I didn't even say anything after it.
No. I walked away before he could even say anything. He wasn't very happy at me for it, but I was like, you can't get everything you want, can you?
Was there any other big people there at that event, like celebrities or?
Well, this is the other funny one.
Right.
I met Claire Bolden when I was going for a pee.
Right.
I went, no.
Same day?
All right. Aye, same day. So I ended up taking a selfie and I was like, right, I need the toilet. I'll see you later. Got a selfie with her and I wish I'd sent you the photo because I can't even find it.
Aye.
But she was brilliant.
So what he's doing there is just like celebrating, like what's the actual event? Just like
Just the celebration of the Paralympic athletes coming home and that.
right.
Just to say welcome home.
Like a wee sort of like music and playing and stuff like that, like just sort of dinner and stuff, all that sort of stuff. Like
it was we had live music and everything. I can't even remember.
Was it kind of award ceremony? No.
No, really was just kind of welcome home. It was a bit like a concert to me.
Right.
And then after it, me and a few of the girls had went out for food.
I
think it was the Ivy or something. And I was like, well, this place is very posh and fancy. And I went to a fancy place, Louis. I was like, I can tell.
Was there any Scottish dignitaries, like Scottish like MPs or anything like that down supporting you or anything like that? No. That way you've always got people from...
I think there was parents and coaches Scottish-wise that were there, but I went there myself.
Right. Oh, no, to go down with you to Glasgow? No family? No.
They weren't invited.
Could they be if they wanted to?
Like, they probably could have, but...
+1 or +2, whatever.
I don't know if they would have had to actually pay to get themselves, like, to get...
They probably would have.
So there were some parents that were there. I think you could have got a +1 of that, but I think it was only for mainly people that maybe that needed a wheelchair or who really, really needed support, which I didn't really need the support, so I didn't really take anyone because I didn't think I really needed it. Plus, my sister was obviously busy with work. My dad's... They were both working and they were busy.
Yeah.
So I was like, see you later, I'm away to London.
Tell me this, right? See, during this period, your mum's couldn't you head at any point? No.
No, really, no.
No, still no, just kind of going like that.
Not really, I still think about here and there, it's just...
But during all this period, obviously, 2021, 2022, nothing's coming up now.
I think she would have been proud of me taking a selfie with Boris. I think she would have said, well done, Louis.
Of course. So, Manchester, you just wanted, you felt as if you're kind of...
I think it was...
This felt...
During the swimming, it's not really kind of properly went downhill. It's been outside of swimming, it's went kind of downhill for me. It's just when I thought about it, when I'm in swimming, your mind just focuses on the pool and all that and just your friends and that around you.
Right. You just not enjoying it at this point, though? No.
No, I've actually went part-time now.
Right.
Because I've got a full-time job now.
Yep.
Which I'm actually a lifeguard, which basically means I'm at the pool, sitting in the chair watching the pool, not getting in. It's the best part.
So was Manchester the last big event you done?
Manchester, no.
Championship-wise?
Manchester was probably my last Worlds. And then the next year, that was when Paris 2024 was.
Right.
So
you were there?
I was in Paris in 2024.
Right.
The trials, at this point, they'd moved down to London.
Right.
Again, at Stratford. So
you still got to constantly trial for these?
Aye.
See, I'm thinking just a guaranteed getting in because you're GB squad.
No, you need to trial for it every year.
Oh, right.
So I think I just missed the qualifying time, and for each category they take the top. In the Olympics, it's the top 2 they take for each event who make the qualifying time, or I think it's who's closest. In the Paralympics, it's the top 3. In that world in that the trials in
Paris,
in London.
So the trials were in London for Paris.
Yes.
Aye. It's confusing.
I know. I finished 3rd in my category, but I'd only just missed the time.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I actually had plans for my next journey straight after. I actually had my full-on plans for what was going to happen straight after those trials if I didn't make the team, which was go and get a job.
Right.
And then I get told, you've made the team. And
Right.
I thought to myself right, I need to put my job thought on hold. I better go and do these Paralympics.
Aye.
So then I went, and at this point, my coach, Danielle, hi Danielle, had been offered, obviously, her new job, still to do with swimming, but it was down south with Swim England.
Right. So you lost her.
She'd went down the road. One of our other coaches, Heather, who was her best friend,
stepped in, kind of thing.
She stepped in. She was the school of sport coach for Bella Houston Academy.
Okay.
which is just kind of off the motorway. Her and Danielle both coached me, so it didn't actually affect me that much because when Danielle had went, Heather was kind of another Danielle, so she stepped in and she doesn't take rubbish off anyone, so she knew when to put me in my place.
Aye. You need that
Um,
sometimes, I'd imagine.
oh, I needed
As
it
an
all the
athlete.
time. I needed it all the time.
Mind
And
wandering.
so she done me the absolute world of good. Kind of summertime in that, it was the kind of all the swimmers' breaks in that,
Uh-huh.
but I couldn't have a break because I was training for the games, which were August, September. It was
Right.
actually September that I raced because it was near the end of the competition.
Right.
And I was the only one training at that point. I just hated it. Like, I was
Just
like,
hated it.
I just hate it. I was like, I hate why I'm the only one getting in. But luckily enough, one of my other teammates in Glasgow, Robson, hello Robson, actually trained me those full 3 weeks. He was actually like in the pool just about most days. So I actually had someone with me. So
Aye. Did he feel so lonely?
I didn't
Aye.
feel so lonely. I actually had someone who trained with me. So big shout out to him as well.
So you got in the Paris Games?
Got into the Paris Games.
How was that?
A lot better than what the Tokyo was. Don't get me wrong.
In what sense? Just like,
Don't get me wrong. I finished 7th.
right,
I was the third fastest going into that final.
right.
And I finished 7th.
Did you feel confident as well?
Very confident. I was probably in one of the best shapes I was. I'd lost a good bit of weight in that.
Six packed up, proper shape.
Aye. Love handles were barely there. Everything was working out perfect. The heat in my swim was actually faster than the final, only just, but I got a lifetime best.
So what happened? Just
I think in
faster swimmers. It's just
so the world record holder was actually taller than me, and I'm 6'3".
Aye.
He's taller than me, and he goes.
So does height make you a better swimmer? I know it's a stupid question, but do
I
you
don't
know what I mean?
know.
It might. I don't know. Mike,
Probably.
they're all big guys to be fair.
I mean, you've got longer arms and longer legs. don't
Aye.
you?
So aye. Physics wise, I suppose. So 8th in that.
No, I was 7th. in
Seven.
that
Sorry,
one.
7th in that. Right.
I was 7th in that, but I was third fastest going into the final. But swimmers have got a strategy where they'll do enough to get into the final, but not go all out.
Kind of strategic.
They
Aye.
kind of do enough in the heat to then go the fastest in the final.
Uh-huh.
I think I did my fastest both in the heat and final, but the final was just very slightly slower, like literally nothing, like 0 point something.
Right. It's
And
mad and its margins in it. Its margins are so small.
I can still remember it was one of my GB teammates, Mark. He was one of the brand new boys on the team, still one of the teenagers,
Uh-huh.
17-year-old back when I first started,
Uh-huh.
and he got
You're
the
the sort
bronze.
of you're the sort of older guy giving from the ropes.
Well, there was 3 GB guys in that swim, and I was the oldest. They were like teenagers still, and I was the 22-year-old. They were all
Uh-huh.
the teenagers. I went, I know he's a younger, I get it. I was your age at one point.
So was that the last big competition?
That was the last one with GB, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the trials and that for the Worlds last year. They were in Singapore, but
Uh-huh.
unfortunately I didn't make it.
Right.
But at this point I was already working part-time
Right.
because I got my job right after I'd finished the Paris Games.
Uh-huh.
I'd worked part-time as a lifeguard in Scotstoun. So I went part-time in that, and then
We training so much then? No, not really.
about 4 times a week at most. I was honestly, this is the point where I just hated it even more.
Uh-huh.
Then we got a new coach that came in, and see, I kind of adjusting to a new coach and that, and obviously different coaches have different ways of coaching.
And you're just kind of setting your ways a wee bit in that sense, aren't you?
He was in the nicest way possible. I don't think he was strict enough.
Aye.
Like I had to have someone that was more on my plate and that was more strict with me. Even my coach Heather was like, I need to be stricter on you. Like whenever I had her coaching me,
Aye.
she was stricter on me, and I liked it more. Like, don't get me wrong, people hate when you're strict on them, but I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually done. So sometimes I would do a couple of sessions with her,
Uh-huh.
and she was always still strict on me. She still put me in my place, even as a 20-year-old.
So the other guy was just lenient.
He was good to an extent, but then he was more the kind of coach that was kind of more of your friend. So he wasn't strict enough on you. He could be
Aye.
strict, but not strict enough.
Aye,
Not
it's,
stri-
it's a fine line that, innit? Friendship and coaching, it. You
Aye,
want to coach, don't you, rather than a friend? Do you know what I mean?
and it's like, don't get me wrong, they're not they can be your friend outside the pool, but in training, no. Either your coach and your coach only.
But tell me this: were you hating it so much then, or were you just
I was at this point.
going through the motions, kind of?
When I came back for Paris, I blow to do it once again.
Aye,
The odd night out and bad habits eating.
aye.
I mean, we all go through them.
Of course we do.
And then I actually decided I actually told them I was taking a longer break. So instead of taking 1 month, I took 2 months out.
Right.
So I didn't actually come back till November.
Uh-huh.
So we usually take about a month out or something. I think you usually come back about September, October. I didn't come back till November.
Uh-huh.
Those people that took like 6 months out and that, and they still done well. It was just, I think it was how you were mentally feeling.
Uh-huh.
I was just, no, I'm not having this anymore. I was like, I just had enough.
Yep.
And I'd swam for the best part of 18 years. as like kind of full time in that.
Aye, it's a long
So
time, eh?
when I went to the trials, I still got a bronze and get in the positions in that,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't make the qualifying time, and then I wasn't picked for the Worlds in Singapore. And I just thought to myself, I think this is the perfect time to make a sensible decision to move to my work full time, because I didn't think I was going to be qualifying for the GB team the next season, which was basically this year.
Uh-huh.
So which means my funding and all that would have been
Stopped.
stopped eventually.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, I kind of live on a part-time job because you're not going to get enough money. And if I'm wanting to move forward in life, I'm going to take my head out my arse and I'm going to
Aye,
go to
aye,
full time. So as soon as I'd finished for that, I'd asked to go full time, and the work seemed overjoyed with it.
aye.
And I'd moved to full time, I think maybe a month or two later, and which I'm now. And
So was this 2025, roughly?
2025, towards the end of last year.
Right.
And I still do a bit of swimming here and there. It's just I say to myself, when I'm going to do it part time now, like
You don't have that urge to go and do it again, no? Because you're still young.
not full time, no.
No.
It was just, it could be, it's physically but also really mentally challenging. And sometimes it could be that mentally challenging, you just kind of deal with it. But with me moving to a job in that, it's the atmosphere. It's look, let's put it this
Don't
way.
throw it under the bus, but
Let's put it this way. Swimming was a job for me,
right.
but then being a lifeguard, there's two different sides to the job. You've got the lifeguard job where you can
Actually save somebody's life.
save somebody's life. Then there's the swimming job where you get told to stop breathing, and I'm like, sorry for breathing.
Aye, I know what you mean.
So there's two different choices.
Aye.
Technically, I find it quite funny, but
But tell me this though, could you still go back?
I
Because you're still
probably,
young, aren't you? You're 23, so
I
you still
probably could still go back to the full time, but I'd need to obviously
train again properly.
train again properly to try and attempt to qualify for a GB team, which at the moment I'm just
But can I give you a bit of advice, Lewis, right? Now, I'm 40 this year, right?
sorry to hear that.
I know, tell me about it, right? See in your 20s, you don't get them again.
Oh no.
See, when you get to my age, you don't want to be regretful. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, it's your life, obviously, but if you get an opportunity to still do things, your 20s and achieve things, and you're good at it, I'd think about it if I was you.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you get to 30s, 40s, that's it done. Computer, it's finito. But you still could probably get yourself back proper shape and do it. But it's down to you, obviously, but just a bit of friendly advice for
It all
another
just
guy.
depends on the person and what they want to achieve out of it, which
Aye.
I achieved more than what I expected it than what I actually thought and expected I would.
Uh-huh.
But it's then I've seen swimmers retire at like 15, 16, and then they come back
Right.
later on because they've lost their fitness or they've had too much free time and they just want to get back into some sort of sport.
Aye, some sort of discipline.
The reason I didn't completely quit is because I knew that would happen to me, so that's why I went part time. So
So you still, I see videos on Instagram, still get your PT, and you still do your PT stuff.
I started doing PT once so I used to be in the Institute gym with the Scottish team and that, so I'm not on any
Is that
teams anymore.
Strathclyde? No.
No, the Emirates
Oh, is it
Arena.
there? Right.
It was with the Scottish team and that. I'm not
No.
there anymore because I'm not on any teams. But I do PT with one of my fellow workmates and it's absolutely brilliant.
Uh-huh.
It's a wee gym up in Anniesland. It's a wee community centre
Right.
and it's very flexible for when I'm working, when I'm going in for an occasional swim with PT. It's very flexible.
Give him a shout out. Who is it? Who is it runs it?
Stephen O'Connor.
Right, okay.
Hi, Stephen.
Does it PT session stuff? For
Mhm.
anybody kind of thing?
He does
Aye.
it for kind of anyone. So if you're looking for PT, shout out to Stephen O'Connor. Give him a shout. He's brilliant.
So see, we say part-time swimming, you just mean like just leisurely swimming?
Master swimming, so you do it maybe a few times a week, but there's no pressure to go to every single session.
Right.
And the thing is,
So there's no competitions are over then? You don't compete?
oh, you can still do competitions.
And even part-time?
Aye.
Aye, can you? Right.
With masters, you can do competitions as well, but I've not done a masters one yet. I'm still to do one, just to see what it's like.
Uh-huh.
But ever since I've became a master swimmer, I've actually done the odd one or two competitions.
Uh-huh.
Don't get me wrong, you should see how awful I look in a race suit now. It's worse than what I used to, but
Aye, swimming's...
I still like to go in and do maybe the odd race or two. Like, I'll still do the odd race. It's just the full time.
Just to get a bit competitive edge in your wee bit still to kind of...
I've still got I can still go back and do. I'm more than happy to pull a cap on and do a race still. It's just.
Yep.
See the full time. I just feel now it's a bit too much that I've done it for that long. But
Yep.
doing it when I feel like it and when I'm happy to, I'm happy with it.
Yep.
All right, I might not be quite as fast as what I was before, but still getting in to do it. I think it's still commitment.
So how many medals have you won in total in your career?
God,
Be honest.
at least a few hundred.
So your room's full of medals?
Well,
And trophies?
The drawer. Put them in a drawer and it's been locked over so we don't hear them chinging
So a
off the
couple of
walls.
hundred? Wow.
At least.
That's impressive.
I've got that many. I've got Scottish medals, I've got small club medals, I've got British medals, I've even got a world medal,
Wow.
which is
That's
it's
impressive.
probably hiding in a cupboard somewhere.
You sent me a few photos, so I put the photos on the video. You have sent me a few photos, and one at the standing up. Where was that one? That Tokyo?
Which one?
When you sent you and your mate, like your bunches with the GB team. You're going like
Oh, that was in London at the
Was that
World
London?
Championships.
Right, was that London? Right.
With my fellow GB mate and the Russian
Right.
swimmer.
Right.
That was my first World Championships. It's the only World Championships I've actually got a medal in. And don't get me wrong, the medal was extremely heavy. Put it around my neck and I'm like, why is this so heavy?
So see, long term, would you want to go into coaching, teaching kids how to swim and stuff? Or?
Well, I've already got the qualification to be a learn to swim teacher. It's just, I've got a short temper.
Aye.
And sometimes
you might be a good coach then, because some kids need.
Don't get me wrong, I've actually helped some people with kind of technique and advice and that. It's just to go into that maybe full time.
Aye. You say that now, but see, once you get to 30, you might want to do it. Like, do you know what I mean? The older you get right now, your patience levels, once you get older, your patience either goes one way or the other. Do you know what I mean? You can, but
well, my partner says I've got the world's worst temper. Well, not the worst temper, but the world's shortest temper.
What for? Just like freaking out like road rage, or is it the McDonald's guys taking too long? What is it? What is it?
All of them. I was in the car yesterday and my taxi driver tried to undercut me and I'm sitting giving him all sorts.
Taxi drivers. So going forward, Louis, it's going forward, it's just working lifeguard and that's it really at the moment.
That bit of PT, started to do a wee bit of running.
Right.
And then the occasional swim.
Mm-hmm.
And then my aim this year is to get my own house.
Right.
And have my freedom.
Right. It's all good. Paul, how long's that? 55, right. 5 minutes left.
Pretty much timed that well.
Tell them well. Right. So what do you want to finish up on? A bit of inspirational stuff if you can think it. Because think about it, if you said in Glasgow. Right, let's go for it. So Lewis, what do you want to finish up on then? Because I think from I'm an East End boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody I know who grew up as a Paralympic swimmer. Like, they're all chancellors. Do you know what I mean?
Hello.
So, like, that's a massive achievement. I know you didn't maybe reach the heights maybe you wanted, but you still reached massive heights.
It was more than I actually expected to. And my word of advice for swimmers, anyone that
just life advice for
that wants to go and do it, if they think they can do it, go for it. Just if you believe you can do it, don't doubt yourself. Give it your best shot. That's all you can do. Like as my mum always told me when I was going in for a swim, go in and do your best in the swim. That's all she can ask. No matter how good or bad result, they'll always be proud of you. Because you're going to have good and bad days. So to any swimmer or anyone in their sport who wants to reach high levels, I have 3 World Championships, 2 Paralympic Games. If they want to reach those levels, Olympic, Paralympic, you name it, go for it. If you're willing to put in the work, sacrifice your social life outside, go for it. All you can do is your best. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, it's not. All you can do is give it a shot. And if you don't, at least you know you tried.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to sacrifice the social life. That's what I found when I was younger.
It's hard, but do you know what? Once you get the kind of stages in that, and if you get...
You're seeing progress kind of thing.
It's actually a very rewarding feeling.
Aye.
So you'd think for months, maybe a year or so, you're like, I just want my social life back. If you get that medal, get to that team, it's really rewarding. Like, just the click of a finger. Just really, really rewarding.
Amazing. Brilliant, Lewis. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming on. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, and comment. Please. Thank you. Cheers.